introduce myself. I'm a man with and taste. I'm a king of rock, there is none higher. Sucker MCs should call me sire. To rock my kingdom, you must choose fire. I won't stop rocking till I retire. Now we rock up parties and go correct. All sets are on time and rhyme connect. That's the right to slogan and good elect. And other rappers can't stand it, but give us respect. I wanna rock.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to IROC Dirt Series. Tonight we come
good evening,
to,
ladies and
oh
gentlemen,
my God, and welcome to IROC Dirt. Welcome to the IROC Dirt Series. Big Block Modifieds here tonight. We come to Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania, the famous Williams Grove Speedway for what is, I believe, week 7, maybe week number 8 in the series, as we have qualifying on the program. We have qualifying underway. 25 drivers signed into the virtual pit area. We take a look at some of the drivers, or driver, I should say, on the racetrack at the moment. You see that number 37 machine? That is going to be Dylan Smith. Dylan Smith, all trying to run down Drew Hopkins with a 20.233. A 20.233. Dylan Smith goes 21st quickly with a 20.588. 20.588. So it's official right now with 24 drivers taking time. We've got 1 minute left in this qualifying session. So as we can take a look at getting the point standings up coming into tonight, we'll be able to let you know who has picked up wins on the season and where everybody sits regarding the points situation. So not too far away from getting into the first of probably 3 heat races on the program for tonight, the IROC Dirt Series by VLR. And that's not going to be the point system because that is incorrect. So if we go back up over here, points at this stage updated. Let's have a look at that copy link over here. We're going to go here. And we're going to go here. Qualifying done and dusted, ladies and gentlemen. Let's take a look at your official qualifying results. Let's put that one there. 3 heat races on the program. Drew Hopkins, the man that goes quick time. And one moment. And just change one thing. There we go. Drew Hopkins, Dylan Yeager, Tyler Reid, the drivers that we'll see on the pole for the 3 heat races here tonight. Colby Horner, Dalton DeWert make up your top 5. Travis Bowman, Hayden Tollison, Terry Smith, Blake Majulis, and Brett Rolls make up your top 10. So as we get set for heat number 1, Drew Hopkins will start from position number 1. Colby Horner lines up at a position number 2. Position number 3, Hayden Tollison. Position number 4, it's going to be Brett Rolls. Buddy Ware from position number 5. Logan Wentz from position number 6. Anthony Morano from position number 7. Nolan Rossi at a position number 8. And bringing up the 9-car field, it's going to be Mason Hamill in car number 24. So we'll send them around one more time behind the iRacing.com official pace truck. Coming into tonight, Dylan Yeager, 382 points. Leading Drew Hopkins and Tyler Reid, both drivers tied on 377 points. Morning, Brady. Yes, it is a very early start, mate. Very early start. So Dylan Yeager, Drew Hopkins, Tyler Reid, top 3 in points, separated by 5 points. And you go back to Travis Wellman, 372 points. In 4th position, 365 for Colby Horner, Aaron Brown, Dylan DeWert, TJ Smith, and Buddy Ware going to make up your top 10. So you were looking at 61 points between the top 10 drivers. As the field is assembled and they are ready to fire away here at Williams Grove Speedway. Heat race number 1. And we are underway here in the IROC Dirt Series Big Block Modifieds here at the Williams Grove Speedway. And it's going to be Drew Hopkins leading the field through the first 2 turns. Colby Horner runs in that 2nd position in car number 15. Then you go back to the 327 entry of Hayden Tollison. Brett Rolls makes up the top 4. And then you go back to Anthony Morano rounding out your top 5. Nolan Rossi, Mason Hamill. They'll find themselves stuck in a battle for positions number 6 and 7 as you watch your top 4 work through the first turn. And down the back straightaway under the blue bridge. You'll see that quite a lot tonight here at the Grove. It's still Hopkins leading the way from Colby Horner in 2nd position. Hayden Tollison in 3rd. 4th is still Brett Rolls in it. Anthony Morano in car number 32 back there in, still working inside of a top 5 position. Drew Hopkins continues to lead the way. Big half a mile of a racetrack right now for the Williams Grove Speedway for these drivers. At this stage, it is the man that sits in front is that 157 entry of Drew Hopkins. Horner getting some company right now by Hayden Tollison in turns 3 and 4, but was unable to complete the pass. He got up, run up on the back bumper, and now here comes Brett Rolls. Now going to challenge for that 3rd spot on the racetrack. See if Rolls can move up one more position to put himself into a podium in heat race number 1. Tollison gets a big run on Colby Horner in that number 15 machine. 3 laps left to run here in the opening heat race of the night. The IROC Dirt Series, Big Block Modifieds, brought to you by Spartan Transportation, Team Victory Lane Racing, Julicy Speed Shop, everybody else that makes this possible week in and week out here. Week number 8 this is. Couple of laps left to run here at the Williams Grove Speedway. Again, you can still see your top 4 on screen. Just going out on the picture is your race leader of Drew Hopkins in that 157 machine. We'll pan back to him as you'll be able to see the white flag come out here. Heat number 1 of 3 here at Williams Grove Speedway. 8 laps to distance in all heat races here this evening. He's already navigated his way through 1 and 2. Once again under the bridge here at the Grove. Into turns 3. Out of turn number 4. And it's going to be Drew Hopkins picking up the win. 2nd will go to Colby Horner. 3rd is going to be Hayden Tollison. Brett Rolls in 4th. Anthony Morano rounds out your top 5. Nolan Rossi, Logan Wentz, Mason Hamill, and Buddy Ware. There it is, just to bring up the results once again on screen. And we take a look at those official results to see how they will officially finished. Drew Hopkins, Colby Horner, Hayden Tolleson, Brett Rolls, Anthony Morano, your top 5, Nola Rossi, Logan Wentz, Mason Hamill, and Buddy Ware. Heat number 1, done and dusted. Let's take a look at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid for heat race number 2. Eight laps of distance, top 4 going through to the main event. Dylan Yeager will start from position number 1. Position number 2, it's going to be Dalton DeWord. Inside your second row for position number 3, that's Terry Smith. To his outside, piloting the 115 car, that's Eric Tupper, position number 4. Logan Cottles lines up at a position number 5. Dylan DeWert Jr. will start outside the third row from position number 6. Kelly Wheeler lines up inside your fourth row from position number 7. And Dean Reynolds lines up in the 79 from position number 8. Once again, 2 laps around the Williams-Grove Speedway behind your iRacing.com pace truck. Field looks set and ready to roll here in heat number 2 of 3. So Dylan Yeager, points leader. Dalton DeWert, see where he sits in the point standings. It's a little bit down the order. He's only contested 2 races, so this is his 3rd race. So this is week number 7 of 12. Next week, Lanier, followed by Lernerville, Fairbury, American Legion Speedway, I-55, and Lucas Oil to round out the 12-week season. Starts are on Dylan Yeager in car number 48. He picks up the gas. We're underway. Heat number 2. And we'll send him down into corner number 1 and 2. Eric Tupper and Terry Smith. Tupper's got the advantage from the outside of the second row. He'll move to position number 3. Smith trying to close the gap. Meanwhile, challenge on for the race lead. Dalton DeWert and Dylan Yeager with a contact with a Robin Panels. And now here comes Eric Tupper down to the outside. And Tupper from the outside of the fourth row, outside of the second row, position number 4. He's got the race lead. Making the intentions clear early on. Yeager back to the inside on Dalton DeWert. DeWert outside in the green machine. And we are yellow. Yellow on the racetrack. Let's take a look at your NLRA instant replay. Dean Reynolds back in the pit area. So we'll keep an eye on the number 79 machine just to see if we can find out exactly what happened. Number 64 got a little tight. He made that pass. That's Logan Cottles. And Cottles just up on the inside. And, well, Dean Reynolds flips up out of the ballpark and finds himself back in pit road. So tough break for Dean Reynolds in that number 79 machine. Again, we're live across multiple social media pages tonight. Of course, don't forget, live on the IROC social media pages. That is the main source of where you should be watching from. And don't forget, check them out on all the social media pages. We're live on the IROC Roku channel also. Big thanks to Brian and the team behind the scenes for making all this possible here for tonight. Get production done by Ultimate Dirt TV, as you can see top left of your screen. But everything looks set for a restart. Next lap, so 1 to green. Logan Connell's back in the pit area as well. So week number 7 of 12. That's what I said, wasn't it? Week 7. It is week 7. I was correct. Correctamundo. And well, at 115, Eric Tupper. It's now his turn to start on the exit of corner number 4, and we go racing back once again. Couple laps in the books in heat race number 2. DeWitt trying to get the momentum built up to get by the 115 as he now trying to look down on the inside. Gets a piece of his rear bumper as he makes his way down into corner number 3. Dylan Yeager, your original pole sitter, finds himself stuck in position number 3. Remember, top 4 go to the main event. Everybody else will go through to the last chance qualifier, the B main, as Yeager and DeWitt, they were side by side, give the spot to Dalton DeWitt. Dylan DeWitt Jr. back in position number 4, so he's on the bubble for the moment. And as again, you watch your top 3 on screen break away from the rest of the field. We're halfway home in heat race number 2. Tupper continuing to lead the way. Remember, he started position number 4 outside the second row. And it was the contact between DeWitt and Yeager in 3 and 4 there on the opening lap. That allowed Eric Tupper to swoop around the outside. Dylan Yeager, meanwhile, back up into position number 2 at the start-finish line. Again, he rolls the bottom side. We know that's where Yeager likes to run. You'll find him catfishing on the bottom side nearly every racetrack possible. If there's a bottom there, you'll see the 48 9 out of 10 times be down there. And right now, no different here at the Williams Grove Speedway. With just a mile to go. Top 3, you can throw a blanket over less than 4/10 of a second between them. 3 wide off corner number 2 for the race lead, if you don't mind. Tupper, DeWitt, and Yeager. DeWitt, slide, jump on Tupper. Tupper turns it back underneath him. Keep an eye on Yeager. Patiently biding his time at the moment. Tupper leads at the white flag. DeWitt second by a front bumper as we go 3 wide through turn number 1 and 2. One more time. Yeager, DeWitt, and Tupper side by side by side. 3 wide down the back straightaway. DeWitt cops the worst of that one down into turn number 3 and 4. Final time, heat race number 2. It's going to be Eric Tupper with the win. Second will go to Dylan Yeager. Dalton DeWitt home in 3rd. Dylan DeWitt in 4th. And you go back to Terry Smith. Kelly Wheeler rounds out top 6 cars. And of course, the 2 cars, Logan Connells and Dean Reynolds, come home 7th and 8th position. Boy, what a heat race in heat race number 2 that was. As we get set for one more heat race before our final last chance, or before our only last chance qualifier, I should say. Take a look at Tyler Reed in cut number 9 to start from position number 1. Position number 2 is going to be Travis Wellman. Position number 3, the 127 of Blake Majulis. Position number 4 is going to be the 56 of Aaron Brown. Joseph Green in the 518 will start from position number 5, and Jake Henry for Morano Racing out of position number 6. Dylan Smith inside your 4th row, position number 7, and Bud Molyneux lines up out of position number 8. 8 cars, top 4 through to top 4 through to the A main. 5, 6, 7, and 8 will go to a last chance qualifier. And I believe we'll take all but 1, as we had 25 cars. And you certainly don't want to be that car that is going to miss out in tonight's main event. It'll be 40 laps in distance. Let's go racing here at Williams Grove Speedway. The field is set as we work down the back straight away behind the iRacing.com official pace truck. The 58, Tyler Reed. Again, a man that is sitting 3rd, or equal 2nd, I should say, in the point standings. Drew Hopkins, Dylan Yeager, the 2 drivers. He's in front of and tied behind. So I'm sure Tyler Reed would love to get a win. Green flag is out, and Majulis in the 127. They work themselves down into corner number 3 and 4 for the first time in heat race number 3. Again, 8 laps is the distance, not 4. Through to the main, Tyler Reed. Half a second lead over Blake Majulis. The 2 entry of Travis Wellman trying to sneak down through to the inside on Majulis in that 127 machine. Then you go back to the 56 of Aaron Brown. Side by side, Joseph Grandy and Jake Henry. Grandy on the inside in the 518. The 171 entry of Jake Henry to the outside. Here comes Dylan Smith to make it a 3-car battle. And this is all for a better starting spot in tonight's B main. Again, that 56 machine just to the left of your screen as it pans out of the screen right now. That is the final transfer position. So you'll try and run down your race leader of Tyler Reid in that number 9 machine. I tell you what, Tyler Reid, sure he'd love to hang on to a victory here in heat race number 3. Put himself starting in the 3rd spot. 2nd place, Blake Majulis at the moment. Well, 2nd place finisher regardless is going to start position number 6. 3rd place will start 9. And the 4th place finisher will start position at number 12. Top 4 have just got themselves spread out here at the moment. Almost like a bit of a hot lap session for those guys out in front. But you're watching the battle for 5, 6, and 7 right now. Look out. Smith and Grandy come together. Grandy unfortunately copped the worst of that one. And that'll put him, he'll fall back to position number 8. So that's going to be a deep, right at the back of the field. Starting position in tonight's B main. You're watching Majulis and Wellman. Blake Majulis, that black and white number 127 entry. Fending off the challenge from that 2 entry of Travis Wellman. And well, the 2 with 2 to run finds himself in position number 3, trying to get himself into position number 2 for the moment. It is all the 58 entry of Tyler Reid. As we will see, 1 lap left to run. Off turn number 4. White flag is out here at the Williams Grove Speedway. In the IROC Dirt Series, Big Block Modified, presented by Team Victory Aid Racing, Spartan Transportation, and Majulis C Speed Shop as we work down the back straightaway once again under the Blue Bridge. Here at the Grove, into corner number 3, out of corner number 4, Tyler Reid gets the win over Blake Majulis. Travis Wellman home in 3rd, Aaron Brown 4th, Jake Henry in 5th, Dylan Smith in 6th, Joseph Grandy in 7th, Bud Molyneux will come home in position number 8. So heat number 3 results coming up on screen, and as you can see just on the top left it says the B main, which means there is only one B main. If there was 2 it would have said C main first, but we know there's only enough cars for the 1B main. Tyler Reid, Blake Majulis, Travis Wellman, Aaron Brown, your top 4. Jake Henry, Dylan Smith, Joseph Grandy, and Bud Molyneux will find themselves locked into a last chance qualifier. That will come up right now as we take a look here at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid. There's going to be 12 laps to distance, and the top 12 will find themselves going through to the A main. For the one car that's going to miss out, you'd hate to be that car, but unfortunately their week 7 will be over after a maximum of 12 laps. Anthony Morano, the Morano Racing number 32 machine, will start from position number 1. Terry Smith lines up to the outside of the front row for position number 2. Inside the second row, Jake Henry from Morano Racing will start position number 3. Nolan Rossi in car number 74 from position number 4. Kelly Wheeler will start from position number 5 inside your third row. To the outside from position number 6, that is Dylan Smith. Logan Wentz, a third of the Morano Racing cars, will start from position number 7. Logan Cottles lines up at a position number 8. We go to the 5th row inside, position number 9, that is Joseph Grandy in the 518 machine. To the outside from position number 10, that is Mason Hamill. From position number 11, in the Full Throttle Motorsport Super Dirt Cars Series, car number 79, position number 11 inside the 6th row, that is Dean Reynolds. And Bud Molyneux lines up out of position at number 12. And your 13th and final starter, in car number 69, all alone at the back of the field. Don't know why that's doing that. That is Buddy Ware. Buddy Ware to start from position number 13. Ready to go racing, the B main, Morano. and Smith. 12 laps on the board. Top 12 go through. One car to miss out. You'd feel sorry for that car. But unfortunately, we're only going to take 24 to the main event. And everybody trying to navigate and find themselves into a rhythm and a groove as they work through turns 1 and 2. Look out the 74. Oh no. Nolan Rossi. Tough break for that 74 entry. We're watching it live on the screen. But we'll go and take a look once again at the instant replay. That's 74R. Just catching that opening. We take a look on board. 74 just got a little too close to that opening. Unfortunately, it does happen to send that 74 around. Good news is that he still should be on the racetrack, I believe. No, in fact, he's gone in the pit, so that could be our only driver to miss out. So for the 12 cars that still find themselves circulating around the Williams Grove Speedway with 2 to green at the moment. And it's official. You can see next to his name, Nolan Rossi is out, which means he's out of the event, out of the racing server. Which means the final 12 cars on the racetrack will find themselves going to tonight's 40-lap main event. There is a warm-up session after this B-main. I'm not sure if the track's going to get reset or not. You would think that it wouldn't. I've seen that there is starting to develop just a couple of racing lines. You've got above the slick, you've got below the slick. And if you're game enough to run in the marbles, I don't think anything's up there at the moment. Other than that loose dirt, well, you've got that opportunity to go there as well. You can potentially run the slide line. I've never really, I don't think I've driven a big block around here. I'm pretty sure it's only been sprint cars. I think I've done a couple of late models and street stocks. UMP have done a couple of laps around here, but haven't driven a UMP in, as you Americans say, quite a hot minute. So Anthony Morano once again going to lead us off turn number 4 this time. Back to the green flag. Here at the Williams Grove Speedway, Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania. Home of the posse, and that's all that it's home to because the sprint car capital of the world is down at Knoxville Raceway. But right now we're at the Big Block Modifieds IROC Dirt Series presented by Team Victory Lane Racing. And the B-main is back underway and we're 2 and 3 wide out of turn number 2 and they are biffing and barging. Hanging and banging down the back straight away. Watching the 18 machine of Logan Wentz. Moving up to position number 5. Just a couple of laps into the B-main. So once there we go, tickets to working all nice and swell. Fine and dandy. Fine and Jim Dandy if you don't mind. It's Morano leading Smith, Henry, Wheeler and Wentz. That's your top 5. Then you go back to the 37 machine. Dylan Smith got some company to the inside. Goes Joseph Grandy as Dean Reynolds in that 79. Looking for a bit of redemption. Look out. Again, hanging on. Some contact down the front straight away. And they all keep it going in the forward direction. Look at this battle for the last couple of positions. One car round. That is Bud Molyneux in the 88 machine. We will stay green. They'll slowly get it back going again. In 1 and 2, battle on and change for the race lead. Terry Smith with a slide jump on Anthony Morano. Morano back down to the inside as they work side by side. Morano gets clear of Smith down into turn number 3. So Morano and Smith. Morano in the 32. Smith in that 98 machine. And it's a good battle on for the lead, mind you. The bottom has Smith. Morano working the bottom. Smith has got himself wound up above the slick. Through the middle of the racetrack. Right between the marbles and the slick goes the 98 machine. And now coming with him is that 171 machine. Jake Henry. Henry looking for position number 2 on the exit of corner number 2. But look out, Anthony Morano finds himself clear of Jake Henry down the back straight away. 5 laps left to run as we come across the start-finish line. And it's going to be Smith leading the way. Morano just holding on to position number 2 over Jake Henry. And again, Henry works the same racing line that you see your race leader Terry Smith working. And now Henry and Morano wheel to wheel down into 3. Morano, I thought he might have been trying to slide up just a little bit, maybe trying to squeeze Henry up a little bit further on the racetrack. But Henry powers around the outside, so move Jake Henry up to the runner-up position. Now sets his sights on your race leader. But Terry Smith, look at that gap, is opening up to 8, nearly 1 second, 8/10 of a second lead for Terry Smith over Jake Henry. Here comes Morano trying to fight back up on the bottom side of the racetrack. Gaggle of cars for positions 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 right now. Oh no, Reynolds into the back of the 37 machine. And Dylan Smith gets him all sorts of crossed up, and I think we're going to go yellow. There it is, right on cue. And to leave us with the famous Alex Robinson special. A green-white checker situation. Let's take a look at the instant replay and see once again how this all unfolded. So Grandy into the back of Reynolds. And then the 69 entry of Buddy Ware unfortunately goes around. Sort of wrong place, wrong time for the 69 entry of Buddy Ware. What puts us with a 2-lap sprint around Williams Grove Speedway. Right now the drivers are sitting on 2 to green. So if we go back to the point situation, let's have a look at maybe who is in this one. So we look at Terry Smith. He's not inside the top 10. So going by this, Ethan Toda picked up the win in week number 1 at Eldora. Limeland was won by Jack Sion in week 2. Week 3, Dylan Yeager picked up the win at Charlotte. Week 4 was Kokomo. That was picked up by Drew Hopkins. 2 weeks ago, or 2 rounds ago, Knoxville Raceway was picked up by Dylan Yeager, getting his second win of the season. And Cedar Lake Speedway last week, Blake Majulis picked up his first win. So 5 different winners in 6 weeks of competition. Dylan Yeager, the only man to pick up multiple wins. Can Drew Hopkins put 2 wins in the win column? 2 wins on his resume here for the IROC Dirt Series presented by Team Victory Lane Racing, Majulis Speed Shop, and of course Spartan Transportation. Without the support of the wonderful people and sponsors, none of this would be possible. Here we go. Green-white checker. Getting this line up, positions 13 through to 24. And the 11 cars plus Dean Reynolds, who's back in the pits, will find themselves going to the main event. And they'll have 40 laps to get around the Williams Grove Speedway. Right now, we're in the 3 and 4, penultimate time in the last chance showdown. It's still Terry Smith, Jake Henry, and Anthony Morano. I gotta say, Jake Henry looks to close in on your race leader of Terry Smith into turn number 1 and 2. Morano fights back up on the inside. Unable to get the drive as he worked down the back straight away. Under the bridge here at the Grove into turn number 3 and turn number 4. Checkered flag is out. It's going to go to Terry Smith. Jake Henry home in 2nd. Anthony Morano home in 3rd. Logan Cottles in 4th. Mason Hamill rounds out your top 5. Joseph Grandy in 6th. Dylan Smith in 7th. Logan Wentz in 8th. 9th is Buddy Ware. Bud Molyneux 10th. Kelly Wheeler in 11th. Dean Reynolds will get the 12th and final transfer position as the warm-up session is over. And of course, Nolan Rossi is the only car to miss out here in tonight's 40-lap main event. All right, what we'll do right now, ladies and gentlemen, as we have a warm-up session, I'm not sure how long the warm-up session is going to be. So we're going to step aside here on Ultimate Dirt TV. We're going to play some music over the top of the race cars. And we will be right back after the checkered flag is thrown. We'll keep an eye on when that checkered flag is going to be thrown. So we'll put some music on. Stick around. You're watching the IROC Dirt Series Big Block Modifiers presented by Team Victory Lane Racing and Spartan Transportation, along with Majula C Speed Shop.
Please allow me to introduce myself. I'm a man of wealth and taste. I'm a king of rock, there is none higher. So the MCs should call me sire. To run my kingdom, you must choose fire. I won't stop rocking till I retire. Now we rock your party and go correct. All sets are on time and rhyme connect. That's the right to flow and to elect. Another rapper can't stand it, but give us respect. I wanna rock.
And we are back here, ladies and gentlemen, to the IROC Dirt Series social media channels, plus the Ultimate Dirt TV Team Victory Lane Racing social media pages. Here tonight, round number 7 of the IROC Dirt Series Big Block Modifieds here at Williams Grove Speedway. Brett Wheeler with you for the call as we get set for tonight's main event. Your starting grid from back to front, ladies and gentlemen. And it will look like this. From position number 24, that is Dean Reynolds, to the inside, position number 23, Kelly Wheeler. Your 11th row to the outside, position number 22, Bud Molyneux. The inside, position number 21, Buddy Ware. Position number 20, outside the 10th row, Logan Wentz. To the inside, from position number 19, Dylan Smith. 9th row outside, position number 18, Joseph Grandy. Position number 17, Mason Hamill. 8th row to the outside, position number 16, Logan Cottles. To the inside, position number 15, Anthony Morano. Position number 14, the outside the 7th row, that is Jake Henry. Inside, your B main winner from position number 13, Terry Smith. And the 12 drivers are locked into tonight's main event via your heat races. From position number 12, Aaron Brown. On the inside from position number 11, Dylan DeWert Jr. Your top 10 will look like this. Starting position number 10, fifth row outside, that is Brett Rolls. To the inside, it's Travis Wellman from position number 9. Position number 8, fourth row outside, Dalton DeWert inside. Hayden Tolleson out of position number 7. Outside your third row in the 127 entry from position number 6, it's Blake Majulis. To the inside from position number 5, Dylan Yeager. Position number 4, Colby Horner. Position number 3, Tyler Reed. And your front row for tonight's main event, outside the front row from position number 2, Eric Tupper. And starting on the pole, driving the 157 machine, that is Drew Hopkins. Oh, I need to get one thing up here. Here we go, green flag racing here. We can get that one up, we should be good to go. 40 laps is the distance, your main event is underway. And it's going to be Drew Hopkins to lead the way from Eric Tupper. Tyler Reed back there in position number 3. Colby Horner, Dylan Yeager, they'll work side by side. Blake Majulis right with Dylan Yeager now. Back to Dalton DeWert, Hayden Tolleson. They run side by side. And again, everybody just trying to find themselves into a bit of rhythm here. 40 laps, a long way around the Williams Grove Speedway. Eric Tupper got some company with the 58 entry of Tyler Reed. To continue on to lead the way, it's Drew Hopkins in that 157, and we are yellow. Yellow on the raceway here at the Williams Grove Speedway. Yeah, it's certainly Randall. This certainly has grown from the old DTR2 days. So we have Joseph Grandy in the 518 machine. We take a look at the NLRA instant replay. Oh, just a little contact there on the inside, and Grandy, I'm going to say, that's 10 out of 10 style points, just saying. That was a hell of a double flip, a hell of a kick flip. So yellow first time in the A main. Just a couple of laps into this 40 lap journey around the Williams Grove Speedway, round 7 of the IROC Dirt Series Big Block Modifieds. Who will take out the 7th round, as we said earlier on? Dylan Yeager, the only man to double up in the win columns. And we've had 4 other drivers find themselves in one win tally, one win in the win tally next to their name. So 5 out of 6. Well, 5 drivers in 6 weeks we have had winners. Can Drew Hopkins, can he be the second driver to double up on the win category? Will we see Tyler Reed, Eric Tupper? Will those guys visit victory lane for the first time? We're at Dylan Yeager, Blake Majulis from that 3rd row. We've got some work to do. How about Colby Horner in the 15? Has he got something for these guys up front? Let's wait and see, because what we do know is the field is set, doubled up 2 by 2 by 2 all the way through this field. And we are ready for the restart of your main event. We're back underway here at the Williams Grove Speedway. The lights are on and the racing's hot. As we go down in the turn of 1 and 2, Hopkins continues to lead the way. Tupper fends up the challenge from Reed. 3 wide, Yeager on the inside. Reed through the middle. And the 15 of Colby Horner to the outside. Majulis has to check up. Almost going 3 wide again. In fact, we do go 3 wide right now on the exit of turn number 4. Give the spot, give that 3rd spot to the 15 entry of Colby Horner. Look out, Eric Tupper. Tupper closing in on your race leader of Drew Hopkins. We work down the back straight away. Oh, look out, Horner. He caught the backstretch wall. The car got all sorts of crossed up and unsettled, but he keeps it going, and we stay green. And again, early laps into the 40-lap main event. Tyler Reed on the inside of Blake Majulis. Now Majulis on the inside of Horner. 3 wide again as they go now single them. And they spread themselves out to 2 by 2 for positions 3, 4, 5, and 6. Then the 82 entry. Dalton DeWert watching these battles happen in front of him. A lot of trust in these drivers right now to run side by side with these guys. Look out, Dylan Yeager once again just rolls the bottom side of the racetrack. Blake Majulis figured, well, you know what? Yeager's pretty handy to get around the bottom side. He'll just follow him for the moment. Horner still working the top of the racetrack above the slick now. Horner holds on to position number 3. Was not by a whole lot of time when they came across the start-finish side. Speaking of 15, you look at the 115 entry of Eric Tupper. Closing in on your race leader, Drew Hopkins. Hopkins goes right to the slick. Cuts it down to the bottom side on the exit of turn number 4. But now the 115 machine, he's got to run down into turn number 1 and get above the slick goes Eric Tupper in the 115, trying to get by the 157 machine. Hopkins slides up down the back straight away. Now he'll take the line away from Tupper. Now Tupper's going to have to cut it back down on the exit of turn number 4. He does that. He needs to get to the inside to take that line away from Drew Hopkins. Hopkins goes to the bottom, as does Yeager. A lot of the other drivers work to the top of the racetrack. Here comes Tupper once again out of turn number 2 and down the back straight away. There's contact. Hopkins and Tupper. And now Colby Horner and Dylan Yeager. They'll move to positions 2 and 3. Eric Tupper, he was a man on a mission just then. Man, he was making that top work. And now Colby Horner, Dylan Yeager, side by side once again. Yeager makes a mistake. He may have caught the inside wall there on the exit of turn number 2. We go yellow. It is chaotic. It is frantic up the front. Oh my. That's probably... The guys needed a little bit of a break there. We'll take a look at your NLRA instant replay. Logan Cottle's in the 64 entry. Little love tap from behind by the 18 machine. Logan Wencetis. Joseph Grandy nowhere to go. He was just trying to avoid what was happening in front of him. Unfortunately, Grandy gets a piece of that one. I think Kelly Wheeler is still on the racetrack, but been scored 1 lap down. I wonder if I've got our... No. Yeah, no. But the good thing about this, we've got our 360 camera on. So we're going to have a look at... inside of the cockpit of the big block modified, again on board with your race leader of Drew Hopkins. There's the 15. You get a real good look at the IROC TV Spartan Transportation entry of Colby Horner. So the lights are still on the pace truck. Good thing about this one, it's got the retractable arms, so we can actually move around the race car if we wanted to. That's what we might do. IROC Dirt Series. Again, big thanks to those guys for putting on this 12-week series. Once again, field doubled up into 2x2 action. Hopkins and Horner in row 1. Yeager Tupper row 2. Majulis and Reed in row 3. DeWert Tolleson in row 4. 10 down, 30 to go here at the Grove. We're back underway with Drew Hopkins once again to lead the field. Down through 1 and 2. We are yellow once again. Got Bud Molyneux, Joseph Grandy, the two drivers involved in this one. Ouch. 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 Kelly Wheeler on the 11 was very lucky then to get through that. Just happened here. So the 54. Just trying to get who was in that 54 machine. So Buddy Ware in the 88 goes around. Grandy comes in, nowhere to go. The 18 cops a big piece of that one. Look at the 11 entry of Kelly Wheeler. Ooh, Kelly Wheeler, that was tight like a tiger. And of course, we will go back-to-back cautions here at the Grove. Big thank you, of course, the NLRA instant replay. So we'll see if these drivers can get the rhythm on and find themselves getting into that racing groove once again. So again, live across a lot of social media channels tonight. Of course, the IROC TV YouTube channel. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. The IROC TV Twitter channel. Make sure you follow that page. Live across the IROC Series Facebook page. Make sure you hit that like and follow button on that one. We're live across the Team Victory Lane Racing, teamblr.com Facebook page. Again, hit that like and follow button. Live across Chris Ferguson Facebook page. Again, if you haven't done so, hit that like and follow button along with the Majulasi Speed Shop. We're live across there. And of course, we are live on the Ultimate Dirt TV Facebook and YouTube channel as well. So a whole lot going on and a whole lot going on the racetrack because once again, we'll let them loose. And Colby Horner got a good start there on Drew Hopkins. So a good start for the 15 machine, Colby Horner. Jaeger, Majulis side by side. Now make it 3 wide down the back straightaway. Now it's side by side. And oh, man, back to back cautions. And just as they were starting to get a wriggle on, oh, it's the 115 of Eric Tupper. What's going on with him? We go back 3 or 4 laps ago. Green flag laps, 3 or 4 green flag laps ago, he was challenging for the race lead. So let's see what happened to the 115. Why did he... Oh, it just went by himself. I don't wonder, why is he at the back? Did he go into the pits at some stage? He did, he went into the pits. So Eric Tupper was inside, he would have been inside the first 3 rows, and unfortunately, he's gone into the pits, so I'm assuming to get a quick repair. To get that damage fixed, because remember the damage, the contact between himself and Drew Hopkins on the back straightaway may have hurt that left front, and now all of a sudden, you make that mistake and you give up that quick repair. So we sit on 2 to green here at the Grove. Once we go back to that green flag in a lap and a bit, it'll be 12 laps in the books. Still 28 laps left to run, 14 miles around the Williams Grove Speedway. Drew Hopkins a winner already this season, along with Dylan Yeager having 2 wins on the season. Blake Majulis have found himself into victory lane. And the other 2 was Jack Sean and Ethan Toda. Of course, the other 2 drivers that have found victory lane. We haven't seen Ethan Toda for, including tonight, the past 3 races. Jack Sean was here last week, he missed the first week, missed tonight. Hey out, let's go back racing here at the Grove. 28 remaining. Drew Hopkins stamps the throttle down to the form. We go back underway. And Dylan Yeager got an absolute blinder of a restart. Blake Majulis on the inside of Colby Horner. Meanwhile, challenge for the race lead. Majulis, there was contact with Colby Horner. And our fourth caution in a row here at the Grove. We had a good run at the start. Let's take a look at the 15 entry of Colby Horner, the NLRA instant replay. Staying out of that one, we're leaving that one for race control. You can see it was just calamity. Calamity trying to get through this field. Joseph Grandy, man, I tell you what, he cannot catch a break here tonight. He couldn't buy his way out of an incident if he tried, unfortunately. And unfortunately, you have those races. It's just the way that the cookie crumbles, unfortunately. So not too far away. I think we're 2 laps away from getting back underway, and I think race control will have to maybe go single file. I think that's, at this stage, looks like what we're going to be doing for the moment. Again, we'll keep an eye on the lights on the iRacing.com official pace truck. So in fact, we're going to double them up once again. See Majulis stick his nose in front of the 157 of Drew Hopkins, just to let him know that he's there, ready to go. Dylan Yeager on the outside of the front row. Tyler Reid outside the second row. Then row 3 is Dalton DeWert, Hayden Tolleson. Terry Smith, Brett Rolls. Big mover through the field. Dean Reynolds. Plus 11 at the moment. Dead last up to position number 13. Here we go. 13 down, 27 to run. Let's see if we can get into a rhythm. Here at Williams Grove Speedway. Oh, my Yeager. Had to check up there, otherwise he was getting into the back of the 157 entry of Drew Hopkins. Majulis up to position number 2, but look out, here comes Tyler Reid on the outside. Tyler Reid looking to pick up 2 positions here in the space of a lap and to get by not only Dylan Yeager, but to get by Blake Majulis. Here comes Dalton DeWert now. In caliber 82, Dalton DeWert goes to the high side. He's high, wide and handsome. Reid slides up in front of him. DeWert has to check up, but I'll tell you what, it's that outside groove right now that is probably going to be the fastest way around the Williams Grove Speedway. But for the moment, Drew Hopkins, Blake Majulis, Dylan Yeager, they are all very experienced when it comes to the iRacing Pro World Championship scene. All drivers picking up World Championship victories, but I tell you what, here comes Tyler Reid. You've got a new leader down the back straight away and driving away from the 157. Look at DeWert on the outside of the 82. And here comes the 98 entry of Terry Smith up to position number 5. Remember, he picked up the B-Main victory, so he's done some laps here. And I tell you what, he is starting to be a man on a mission right now. DeWert around the outside on Hopkins. Majulis now going to follow suit down into turn number 3. Majulis has obviously figured that is the fastest way to get to the front because Tyler Reid is leading the way. Here comes Dalton DeWert. Reid slides up in front of DeWert. DeWert checks up the race car in the 82 machine. Majulis still battling side by side with Drew Hopkins as Majulis gets clear of that 157 entry, yellow on the racetrack. And a wild couple of laps that was. Oh my, changes galore happening at the front of the field and around the top 5. See if we can find out and pinpoint what happened here on the NLRA instant replay. As it's going to be Logan Wentz in car number 18. Let's see if he went by himself. Oh, the 79 was up on his left rear. And we'll leave that one for race control. That's Dean Reynolds in that 79. So unfortunately, Logan Wentz going to find himself back into pit road. Big thanks to, of course, NLRA for their support with the instant replay. So 2 to green for the moment. So I believe the lights still flashing as they are on the safety car out in front leading this field. Tyler Reed, Dalton DeWert, 2 drivers that were able to make that outside groove work. Drew Hopkins, Blake McJoulster almost be scratching their head going, what is going on? When was that top side so dominant? They're ready to go back to green. Off corner number 4 with your race leader, the 58, Tyler Reed. I'm sure he would love to put a win in the win column. He's been close a number of times. In fact, the last 3 weeks, I believe he's ran 2/3 and a second. Can he finally get that win here this evening? Let's wait and find out. Tyler Reed gets us back going here at the Grove, and Dalton DeWert. See, I'll tell you what, he was not expecting that restart. He certainly didn't go with Tyler Reed in the 58 machine. Reed, Majulis. Oh, we are yellow. And that might be a saving grace for Dalton DeWert in the 82. Although, no, it's not. Looks like that he may have to just park up behind that 127 entry of Blake Majulis. It's, again, try and find out. I think Joseph Crandy's involved in this one as well. Might have just been one of the second or third cars in. Aaron Brown in car number 56. Oh, just gets it all sorts of crossed up. And Grandy, I tell you what, again, he could not buy any luck if he tried. That's a tough break for Joseph Grandy. Finds himself in the pits. So Bud Mulliner out of the event. Mason Hamill out of the event. Logan Wentz out of the event. Joseph Grandy out. Kelly Wheeler out. There's a handful of drivers already out of the event. There is the 64 of Logan Connells just towards the back of the field. How about Dean Reynolds? 24th to 10th, plus 14 at the moment. So a hell of a drive for the men that just finished in the final transfer position to get that last starting position in tonight's A main. So ready to go, back underway. Here at the Grove. Who will take out the 7th round of the series? It's the tricky racetrack. Single file restarts now as we go back underway. Tyler Reed leads Blake Majulis down into 1 and 2. 21 to go. Majulis to the inside on Reed. Blake Majulis rockets to the front, but here comes Tyler Reed back down to the outside. It's a drag race down into turn number 3. Majulis slides it all the way to the top of the racetrack. Reed cuts it back down to the inside, and Blake Majulis will lead lap number 20, so we're halfway home. 20 down, 20 to go. Slide a line from the 127 entry. Reed in the 58 machine. He was looking good early on in this main event. Oh no, Dalton the Word catches the wall there on the back straightaway. Battle on for 4, 5 and 6 right now. You've got Drew Hopkins, Terry Smith, Dylan Yeager. Hopkins in the 157, Yeager in the 48, Terry Smith in that number 98 machine. Smith, high, wide and handsome, sweeps around the outside. And Terry Smith from 13th, your B-main winner to position number 4. Problems for the 82 entry of Dalton the Word. He gets it back going once again, gathers it back up. Once again, you look at the race leader and second place finisher, Tyler Reed, with a whole lot of steam down to the inside. Slide job down into turn number 3, out of turn number 4. He's got some dip and turned it underneath. And you've got a drag race to the start-finish line. I want to say Blake Majulis had that probably by about an inch, maybe 2 inches at best. And I tell you what, Majulis, oh no, yellow, Majulis and Reed, as they get going, the slide jobs were being thrown, the Hail Marys, the haymakers. It's almost like a boxing match. Uppercut, counter, hook, overhand right-hander. It was all happening between the pair, and they done it. Oh no, Dalton DeWert and Terry Smith, the 82 entry. Oh, that's got a busted rear end. Oh, it just gets up into the wall, and Terry Smith, man, that is a tough break. Tough break for Terry Smith. Again, he picked up the B-main win. And just nowhere to go for that 98 machine. And 2 drivers inside the top 5. So 2 drivers inside the top 5 have found themselves now at the back of the pack, or near the back of the pack. In fact, Terry Smith still scored in 11th position, so that's not too bad. But Dalton DeWert will find himself at the tail of the field, this 19-car field. Kelly Wheeler still on the racetrack in 20th position, being scored as a lap down. Well, we've seen what Majulis can do on the restart. Now, it's an opportunity for Tyler Reed in that number 58 machine. Been so consistent over the past 3 weeks of racing. 2/3 and a second, I believe it is, for that 58 entry of Tyler Reed. Again, the tally in the win column is still playing in the 58. Safety car goes in, single file restart. 16 to go as we come across the start-finish line. We're back underway. And it's Blake Majulis. He's now got a clear track in front of him. Look out, Yeager down to the inside on Drew Hopkins in the middle of 1 and 2. Drew Hopkins still holds on to that 3rd position on the racetrack. Yeager trying to fight back on the inside. Here comes the 71 entry of Brett Rolls. He's been pretty quiet in this main event. He's just been a little bit of a sleeper in this field. He's moved up from 10th to position number 5, so he's picked up 5 positions. How does Tyler Reed overcome the adversity of the restart and the gap that has himself between 3/4 of a second to the race leader of Blake Majulis? And we all know Blake Majulis, a household name in Victory Lane. He just knows how to get it done. Side by side, Hopkins and Yeager. Yeager going upstairs. Remember I said 9 out of 10 times you'll find him on the bottom side? Well, this is that 1 out of 10 times you'll see Yeager on the top, and he rockets past the 157 entry of Drew Hopkins. Hopkins has now got Brett Rolls to deal with. 13 laps to go. It is about half a second for your race leader. That's the gap between Blake Majulis and Tyler Reed. Yeager trying to come after and close the gap on Tyler Reed. with 12.5 to run. Brett Rolls in position number 5. Hayden Tolleson in position number 6. Tolleson finished second. In fact, finished third in heat race number 1. And has found himself challenging for a top 5 position. It's still half a second lead over for Blake Majulis over Tyler Reid. Rolls and Tolleson. Tolleson going to the top of the racetrack. Sliding up is that 71 entry of Brett Rolls. Jaeger, well, he went back to the bottom in 3 and 4. He's going to do the same down into turn number 1 and 2. We go yellow. And just as Tyler Reid looked like he was starting to close the gap on your race leader, Blake Majulis, the yellow comes out, which means once again, we'll go to a single file restart, and it will be in the hands of Blake Majulis to try and open up that gap over Tyler Reid. Let's take a look at the NLRA instant replay, the 32 with Anthony Morano. Just gets up into the wall by himself. One Coddles is there involved in that one. And the number 64. It's just those two drivers. That were the two main drivers. Everybody else somehow managed to seemingly find their way through and navigate that through that little bit of a what could have been a parking lot in the middle of turn number 3 and 4. To the green, and we will have 10 to run once we go back to that green flag action. So Blake Majulis, he's been in these situations before. Tyler Reid. Again, we go back to what we're seeing from Tyler Reid over the past couple of weeks. Of course, he sits equal second in the point standings. He is tied with Drew Hopkins. Now, Drew Hopkins is in 4th position. There is a 5-point gap to your race leader. 5-point gap to your points leader of Dylan Jaeger. And Dylan Jaeger is in 3rd. So as it stands, should they finish like this, Tyler Reid will move into 2nd place outright. And he will be 4 points behind Dylan Jaeger. So it is very tight at the front of this points battle. 10 points separating top 4, or essentially top 3, because Drew Hopkins, Tyler Reid, they are tied for 2nd, but we'll go with top 4 considering that there is 4 drivers. And I think that's about 6 positions, 6 maybe 7 positions, might even be 8. So I think we should be turning off the lights on the safety car this time. Again, the IROC Dirt Series Big Block Modifieds round 7 here from the Williams Grove Speedway. Lights go out. We are 1 to green. As this field will once again double up into, in fact they won't double up, they will form up into a single file restart. Majulis the 127, your race leader. Tyler Reid the 58 in 2nd. Dylan Jaeger the 48 in 3rd. Drew Hopkins, the 157 in 4th, and Brett Rolls in the 71, rounding out your top 5. 10 laps left to run here at the Grove. Majulis, 3 car lengths, make it 5, 6 now. He's driving away from the 58 of Tyler Reid. Reid drives it deep down into turn number 3. You can see the 127 entry. He gets a little closer to that 58 machine. Right now, just under half a second between Majulis and Reid, but look out because here comes Dylan Jaeger rolling the bottom side of the racetrack, seeing if that bottom side will come back in late in this race. Slider line from Majulis and Tyler in the 150, the 127, the 58 machine, the 157 of Drew Hopkins. outside the podium after starting on pole position. He led probably, I want to say, 7 or 8 laps of this main event before getting past. And I'm going to say, now spread themselves out late in this race, especially after a restart. How about Colby Horner? Remember, Colby Horner was involved in an incident, and he had to go to the back of the field, and now he's fought his way inside the top 10. Dean Reynolds in the 79 machine, by the way, plus 15 positions from 24th to position number 9. So a hell of a drive by the driver on that 79 machine. Jaeger still works that inside of the racetrack. Meanwhile, it is down to 3.5 tenths of a second. 6 laps left to run. And slowly but surely, that 58 entry of Tyler Reed, he closes in on that on the 127 entry. Here he goes, dives down to the inside arm, almost puts the right front on the left rear quarter panel of that 127. And now he's closing in once again. Into 1 and 2 we go. Majulis just coasting along for the time being. Knows that he's got the speed in the race car. Tyler Reed has got a whole lot of work to do with not a lot of time left. And we go yellow. And probably a yellow that should give the win to Blake Majulis, because we know how good Blake is on the restarts. And Dylan DeWert Jr. is going to find himself at the center of attention. In car number 20, he had Colby Horner on the inside. Boy, oh boy, everybody doing a stellar job to get around that 20. He done a nice little side flip, side roll, and again, we're going to leave that decision in the hands of race control. That's not what we are here for. We're not here to make those calls. We are here to simply provide the broadcast and provide a good show for these drivers here in the IROC Dirt Series Big Block Modifieds. Again, this is round 7 of 12. Next week, we go to Lanier, 3/8 of a mile racetrack. That should be one to watch. Then we come back to Sava, Pennsylvania, Lernerville Speedway for what is round number 9. Then round number 10, we'll go to the Fairbury American Legion Speedway. Then the penultimate round, the second last round of the series, the I-55, Federated Auto Parts I-55. And then the final round, which I tell you, I'm starting to like this track more and more, is Lucas Oil Speedway. Really looking forward to Lucas Oil, and really looking forward to this championship playing out to see who will come away with the cash and who will be crowned the IROC Dirt Series Big Block Modified Season Champion after 12 weeks of competition. Lights out. Blake Majulis, Tyler Reed. Tyler Reed trying to get up on the back bumper of the 127. 2 miles to run for Blake Majulis. And I dare say, all barring any mistakes on the outside wall, he has all but sealed a fate to secure a victory lane win. But you never count out the 58 entry of Tyler Reed. Again, he drives it deep down into turns 3 and 4. You still see that 48 entry of Dylan Jaeger. Still trying to hug that inside wall. 3 laps to go. It's the top 1 and 2 for your race leader. And then it's the slider line in 3 and 4. Jaeger still not giving up that bottom side, not without a fight. Coming to 2 to run here at the Grove. And it is Blake Majulis. Jaeger, he looked to close in then just a little bit on the 58 entry. He's got some speed down into the turns 1 and 3. It's just lacking the drive off those exits of turn 2 and turn number 4. But it's not going to matter. Penultimate time here at the Williams Grove Speedway. Once Blake Majulis gets past the start-finish line, we race it to the end here at Williams Grove, round number 7 of the IROC Dirt Series, and we will find out in about half a lap's time as Majolis has navigated through turn number 1 and 2 and down the back straightaway for the final time, round number 7. And for the second time this season, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together. Blake Majolis off turn number 4 is going to go to victory lane. Second will go to Tyler Reed. Dylan Yeager home in third. Fourth is going to be Drew Hopkins. Brett Rolls rounds out the top 5. Fireworks go off. 6 is going to be Hayden Tolleson. 7th will be Dean Reynolds. 8th, we'll take a look at the official results coming up on screen right now. Blake Majolis gets the win from Tyler Reed. Dylan Yeager, your top 3. Drew Hopkins, Brett Rolls, they make up positions number 4 and 5. Then you go back to Hayden Tolleson, Dean Reynolds, Travis Wellman, Jake Henry, and Terry Smith make up your top 10. 11th on back, Dylan Smith in 11th, Buddy Ware 12th, Aaron Brown 13th, Dalton Dewart 14th, Eric Tupper in 15th, Colby Horner in position number 16. 17th is Logan Connells, Anthony Morano in 18th, Dylan Dewart Jr. 19th, and the last car on the lead lap, Kelly Wheeler 1 lap down in position number 20. And then, of course, our 4 casualties, Joseph Grandy in 21st, 22nd, Logan Wentz, Mason Hamill 23rd, and Bud Molyneux in position number 24. But let's go trackside and let's chat to, we'll chat to your top 3, plus we're going to chat to your hard charger. In fact, let's bring up your hard charger here tonight. He started dead last in the field, 24th to position number 7, plus 17, Dean Reynolds. That's a hell of a drive, buddy.
Well, it's like I think I survived a little bit there, Brett, but it's funny. I got caught up in a couple things there with the heat, and then and that EOL I had in the B main there. But Brett, I actually love this track. I'm one of the few that can't wait to run a modified here. I just like running here, and it suits me. I like running up top, and I just bide my time, and there I am.
Talk us through what was going through your mind at the start of the race, because you had to come from a long way back. You were the last car. You, in fact, finished in the pits in that B main, but you were that final car to get that transfer spot. What was going to be your game plan? What was going through your mind at the start of this race?
I was actually half throttle, 10 car lengths behind the field, because I had a feeling something was going to happen in 1 and 2, and I just wanted to get through that. Once they got through and got into 3 and 4, then I started racing and picking off a car here, a car there. But I just had a feeling it might happen here at Williams Grove.
Well, buddy, look, hell of a drive, plus 17 positions. You are the only driver to pick up double-digit passing cars in this main event. So, Dean, congratulations on what was a stellar performance and a stellar drive in this same main. No doubt a lot of people, a lot of sponsors that need to be thanked on this 79 machine.
Thanks, Brett. Yeah, I got to thank the guys from Full Throttle Motorsports. There's 4 of us that run in this league, the 2 Dewarts and the Smiths, and they're good guys, and they help me out quite a bit. And I'd like to thank IROC. It's a pleasure to run in here against some of the pros, and for a part timer like me, that's pretty cool. And Brett, it's really cool that you took over the telecast, so it was good to see, man.
Yeah, Tommy Rose just he's had some family stuff going on this week, so. I'm sure we'll talk to you throughout the next couple of days. Anyway, Dean, congratulations on this 7th place. So your hard charger here tonight. Well done.
Thanks, man.
There we go. Dean Reynolds, guys, home in position number 7. He went plus 17. We'll go down to chat to our 3rd place driver in car number 48. It is, no, that's the wrong one. Let's bring up this guy. It is Dylan Yeager in the 48. Dylan, congratulations. Podium finish. I don't know how to describe this one for you. Let's get your thoughts on this race car and racetrack.
I don't know. I was just kind of just bad the whole race. I was way too resilient on the bottom, and it just wasn't that fast the whole race. So I kind of just settled for 3rd because the top 2 were just ripping the top so good, and they were just yanking my doors off unless if I just completely perfected the bottom, which I was not able to do consistently. So. I mean, like I said, every week I'm out here running for points. I'm out here for the 1,500, not for wins. Even though I have 2 wins on the year, it's not what I'm going for. I'm just trying to finish up front every week and collect the points. And I mean, I have no complaints. 3rd place is nothing to be mad at.
I believe you. What did I say? I think you were the points leader. 1 second. I'm just checking this one. Rocky's updating it as we go. So you were the points leader going into this one. You still should be the points leader, I think, by about 4 points after is all said and done. We've got Lanier, Lernerville, Fairbury, I-55, Lucas Oil. So 5 racetracks left. How do you feel about those 5 racetracks? And more importantly, how do you feel about Lanier? Because that's the first of the next 5 on the schedule.
Terrible. I do not like that track at all. I think that it is like the worst racing track on the game, and I don't think it should be on the schedule. But
Have you not been to Port Royal and Lincoln?
I honestly think they're better.
Wow,
I
okay.
do not like Lanier. I don't like Lanier. I never have, and I just don't like it. I think it has no character, and it's just a super boring track to race on. So I kind of wish we were on one of those other tracks other than Lanier. But I mean, like I said, it is what it is. I'm scheduled, but I mean, if it was me, I probably would have put one of those other tracks on it. So yeah, we'll just go out there, try and rip. I like all the other tracks left on the schedule. I feel like I have a good shot at Lernerville and Fairbury, I-55 Lucas. All those I'm good at. I just got to get by Lanier with hopefully another top 3 and keep the points lead.
Yeah, well, speaking of the points leader, I can confirm you're still the points leader going into the final 5 weeks of competition. It's only 4 points, and essentially that's not a whole lot of positions because you can't give up that many spots. If you give up that many spots, you give up the points, and of course, well, we all know what that can lead to. But Dylan, congratulations! 3rd place finish here tonight. No doubt, a lot of people, a lot of sponsors that need to be thanked on this 48 car.
Yeah, I'd just like to thank everybody at Majula C Speed Shop and Team CFM for always supporting me. Got to thank JDM Designs, NLRA, Chris Ferguson, you for the broadcast, and Rocky and all the IROC and Team VLR guys for putting the series on for us.
Yeah, well done on 3rd place, and hopefully we will see you back next week at Lanier.
Yep, I'll see you then.
There we go, 3rd place and 3rd place finisher of Dylan Yeager. We'll chat to your runner-up here tonight to now find himself 2nd in the point standing, 2nd here tonight. And it's been a hell of a 3 weeks for this guy of Tyler Reed. Tyler, congratulations. A runner-up finish, and boy, probably one that slipped away from you there in the end. The yellow's just coming out at the wrong time, but 2nd place, you close that gap on the points lead. I mean, it's going to be on for the last 5 weeks. How are you feeling? First of all, how are you feeling after tonight?
Man, I wish we'd have had a little bit less cautions. By the time I finally got like really dialed in and I pulled up next to Blake coming off of 4, I thought we had something. Then boom, caution comes out, and so I just couldn't. I was trying to roll the starts with him. He was getting a real good start, and after that last caution where it was just green flag till the end, it was kind of just follow the leader there and do what I could just to hold off Yeager and maintain pace.
You really showed some speed. There was a number of times where you had to run down Blake, and Blake's no easy feat to run down. Well, what were you thinking when you were coming up to him? Because to run him down, but then to make that pass were going to be 2 different things. How were you sort of able to keep focus, and how was the plan going to try and get by that 127?
I noticed a couple times if I lagged back a little bit and he could see that like maybe he had a couple more car lengths than what he wanted on me, that he would run top going in 3 and 4 instead of slider like he was. So I just figured, I was like, if I lag back on a lap, I was like, maybe I might be able to pull a slider off. And about time I did that is when I pulled up next to him. And I think after that, I kind of showed him and he just went back to running slider. So it was just kind of follow the leader from there on out.
4 points behind Dylan Yeager. Yeah, you were tied 2nd coming into the points tonight. You're tied with Drew Hopkins. You finished in front of him, so now you move to outright 2nd in the championship. 5 weeks. Lanier, Lernerville, Fairbury, I-55, Lucas Oil. 5 more racetracks. How do you think you'll go at those racetracks? Are they Are they tracks that you like, or what are your thoughts on those 5 coming up?
I'm just gonna try to stay consistent. I've ran tracks so far that usually during like regular just official series I hate, and we've had good runs just from people wadding it up, trying to race hard up front for the middle of the race, like not even 10 to go or something like that. So we just been real lucky and trying to stay consistent. So we're just going to keep that momentum rolling.
Buddy, look, well done. Hell of a drive here tonight in the 58 machine to come home in position number 2 at Williams Grove. Tyler, before we let you go, of course, sponsors, shout outs, all that good stuff, buddy. Who makes this happen for you in the 58 machine?
Yeah, man. House of Speed, iRacing Setups, 585 Speed Secrets, Super Speed Motorsports, HDR Speed Secrets, RH1 Karting and Drinking, and Cocky Floyd Consulting.
There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Tyler Reed home in 2nd place. And tonight, He is a second time. He's the second driver to get 2 wins on the season. He drives the 127 entry. And that is Blake Majulis. Blake, congratulations. Well, a bit of a slow start to the main event, but late in this race, you sort of found your mojo, found your rhythm, and you come away with a victory. Second win this season. You got to be happy about that one.
Yeah, especially turning the momentum up a little bit later in the season. Sure there's quite a bit left. I'm not sure what week we are on, but it's good to turn it up a little bit and hopefully just keep the momentum up and rolling. I think you were right with the slow start. Just Williams Grove is very tough. If you miss your line one lap, you're going to lose half a second almost. So you got to be really consistent and really smooth with what you're putting down, and you got to deal with a lot of situations like getting stuck on the bottom or a line you're not comfortable with, and it's just a tricky track, but we got it figured out by the end.
You picked up 2 wins in a row. Of course, last week at Cedar Lake, you picked up the victory. Now you come to Williams Grove. You've picked up that one. I can tell you 8th in the point standings. You are looking at a 59 points gap to come up over the next 5 weeks. To get that is going to be a little difficult, but it can be done. I mean, how do we approach the next 5 races? Because we're 7 down with 5 to go.
Yeah, just like I said, just got to keep running up front. I mean, even if we don't win, we just got to keep it up front and just see where we play out, I guess, at that point. But it's going to be tough for sure. Just got to be smart and use my head and hopefully, come away with something close. But yeah, it's going to be a tough gap to close.
Late in that race, you had to get by Tyler Reid, and once you did, there was a number of times where he sort of got right up on your back bumper and tried to slide you there at one stage. What was going through your mind then when he done that? Because I guess you've got to have a little bit of luck on your side, and the luck of the yellows just happened to fall your way.
I'd have to say we're kind of helping me a little bit because he'd catch me and then I could my pace a little bit, but yeah, I'm not sure if it was I was missing my line or if he was just better, but thankfully those yellows were kind of helping me just kind of pick my pace a little in an early stage like that. But all in all, I'd have to say those yellows helped me quite a bit at the end there, and allow me to pull away a little bit with the win.
All right, we'll tell you what, congratulations on the victory. You're now the second driver to get 2 wins on the season yourself, Dylan Yeager. Those only 2 drivers to pick up. So we've had 5 winners in 7 weeks of competition. Blake, congratulations on the victory here at the Grutman, going back-to-back after a win last week at Cedar Lake. Before we let you go and celebrate with the team, no doubt a lot of sponsors, a lot of great people behind the scenes that make this happen for the 127 car.
Yeah, I appreciate it very much. Majulis Speed Shop, CFME Sports, WR1 Sim Chassis, Represent Limited, Reliable Energy Solutions, Design 75. Go check out our website, cfmesports.com. I got to thank IROC for putting this on, all the admins, Ultimate Dirt TV, everything you guys do, and everyone that watch. I appreciate it.
All right, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Blake Majulis, your winner here tonight, driving the 127 machine. And again, like I just said, 5 drivers in 7 weeks have picked up wins. Dylan Yeager and Blake Majulis are now the only 2 drivers to have 2 wins on the season. For the likes of Drew Hopkins, Jack Xion, and Ethan Toda, those are the other 3 drivers that have found victory lane, found success in this 7 weeks. 5 weeks to come. Lanier next week, followed by Lernerville, Fairbury American Legion Speedway for round 10. Round 11, penultimate round of the series, the Federated Auto Parts I-55 Raceway, and the grand finale at the Lucas Oil Speedway. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a pleasure to have you along for the ride here at Williams Grove Speedway. But until then, on behalf of the team here at Ultimate Dirt TV, on behalf of the IROC and the IROC TV, the Team Victory Lane Racing, I'm Brett Wheeler, signing off saying good night. We'll see you next time.